Seniors' resiliency that ultimately sealed them the win. And we are underway as Molly Murray sends the first service of the match into the net, and Butler takes the first lead. Those three seniors for DePaul playing in their final match here at McGrath Phillips Arena. Emma Price, Avery Evans-Allen, and Isabel Banez. A very interesting ceremony, one that hopefully we don't ever have to see again. They had the players walk out. They were accompanied by one of their teammates, and then the family was all patched in through Zoom to take the picture with athletic director Dwayne Peavy, as well as head coach Marie Zidek and the rest of the coaching staff. So just the 2021 version of senior night here as we continue through these college athletic seasons. And for all we know right now, we don't know if some of these seniors will be coming back and getting some sort of waiver. The NCAA has yet to rule on that, has yet to hand out a blanket waivers for these spring sport athletes like we've seen them give out to the fall and the winter sport athletes that have indeed gone through their seasons. Have not seen that yet from the fall sports, or rather the spring sports, even the ones that are traditionally played in the fall, as the senior, Emma Price, collects the point on that one. We're all tied up at 2 apiece here in the early going of set number 1. Rachel Krasowski on to serve for DePaul. On a low liner. Maria Dusty. Here's Jill Preston. She was fantastic, but she is blocked by Amina Shackelford at the net on that one. And Butler with the 3-2 lead. Blue Demons 2-3 on the season. All of those games coming in Big East play. And you know, the crazy thing so far, we're getting 2021 sports in a nutshell here, but it's senior night here for DePaul. Meanwhile, for Butler, this is the first conference series they've played this season, and it's coming on another team senior night. So just the continued craziness of college athletics in 2021. Bulldogs on top 4-2 as Donna Brown shoots through the middle. She's not a senior, and she is someone that Coach Zidek very happy to have back for next season as well. She's been fantastic throughout her career at DePaul, coming off a nice performance yesterday with 7 kills and 6 blocks in the win for the Blue Demons. Phoenix Lee sends this one away, tapped over, kept alive. It's back to Lee from the back row. Carl stifled at the net. Here's Donna Brown for the kill. That's back-to-back points for Brown. And the Blue Demons all tied back up at 4. Butler owns the series lead all time between these two clubs, 20-11. They have won 3 of the last 11, that being the Blue Demons. So it's been a tough sequence, and DePaul obviously going up against the veteran leadership on the other side of head coach Sharon Clark for Butler, as this one continues to stay alive. And rolled over and good that time by the former Blue Demon, Alana Brueggemann. Didn't see much of Brueggemann yesterday, only appeared in 2 sets, but getting some early action here in the first against her former team in her old stomping ground here at McGrath Phillips Arena. Ask Coach Clark about Brueggemann, and is it nice, especially in a weird season like this where you want all the preparation notes and nuggets that you can get to have a former player from the opposition on your team? And she said, you know, usually I would say yes, but this time, I mean, you look at DePaul on the other side, they've got 9 new players on their roster. I'm not sure how much it actually helps, as Brown beats a diving Marissa McKelvey on that play. And Butler with the 6-5 advantage. Here's Jill Presley. She'll serve this one away, had an ace in yesterday's win. And the Blue Demons can't come up with a block there. Brittany Robinson came through and beat the hands of Bailey Nelson and Donna Brown. There's Carl. Can't connect that time. Melody Davidson tried to lift it over the head of Krasowski on the back end as that one parachutes its way towards the ceiling. Up top and good. Brueggemann again on that winner. And Butler with its largest lead of set number 1. There's Donna Brown. And we get the violation and the net infraction going against the Bulldogs, and it's 8-6 now. Brueggemann on the touch and can't get it over that time as the Blue Demons pull one closer. Brueggemann had some struggles with that yesterday. A couple of attacking errors, and she picks up her first of this match today. You figure might be a little bit more helpful for this DePaul team to see one of their former teammates on the other end, as we're now all tied up at 8 apiece. Just because there are so many new faces on the other side, they know how to attack Alana based on what they did in practice against her for so many months on the other side. But there's Brueggemann. Blue Demons didn't have an answer for that one against their former teammate. The Bulldogs on top 9-8. Set number 1 here. It was back and forth. The teams traded sets yesterday. Butler claimed the first one, 25-22. If you remember, it was all that was up 21-17. They had a nice hefty advantage as they were looking to close it out, and then it was Butler who put their foot on the gas and finished it out 8-1 to claim that first set. DePaul took the next one 25-20. Then they needed some extra volleyball in the third, 26-24 Butler. And then the Blue Demons, it was all tied up at 14. Everything was back and forth in that fourth set. And what do you know? The Blue Demons rip off an 11-0 run to close it out and claim the fourth in convincing fashion. They bottled that up. They came back a couple of times in the fifth and ultimately claimed it 20-18 in the 1-15 fifth set. Win by 2. Davidson on the slide. And whistle, and we have a net violation on the other side by DePaul, and we're tied up at 10. Here's Jamison Kinley to serve this one away. Sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky, sends it all the way to the back end of the back row. Maybe would have had its way out. Justy. That one is sent wide, and the Blue Demons claim the lead right back, 11-10. Here's Hannah Carl. Very well-rounded match for her yesterday. Freshman from Carlsbad, California, 8 kills, 18 digs, as well as an ace. That serve just died there. Nice diving save by Hannah Kelly. As that one, nobody there to pick it up. Maybe some communication issues on the DePaul end that time. And that sends Maddie Freebill back to serve. Freebill, one of those players that Coach Clark very high on in terms of the development she made from the winter to now. Felt like she went home for Christmas, and all of the training that she did really paid off. Not sure what it was, but it worked. There's Hannah Carl on the kill that time for the Blue Demons, who take the lead back 12-11. Teams trading points here in the early going. Krasowski serves this one away. Tipped over. Krasowski could not keep it alive. It was a late whistle. It was a faint whistle as well. But it ruled that it was kept in. Presley didn't get a clean bump on that one, but a clean strike on the return for Jill Presley. Coming off one of her best performances of the season, 16 kills to go along with 2 blocks and 10 digs. Over her last 3 matches, has 41 kills and picks up a big one right there. That serve from Phoenix Lee was trending towards going out, but kept alive by Butler. Brueggemann stuffed at the net by Bailey Nelson. A couple of players that came in the same freshman class. Nelson, who gets the better of her former teammate there. We'll try Brueggemann again, and she can't get it over the net that time. Already the second attack error for Brueggemann. She has been very good. In fact, she leads all Butler Bulldogs right now in today's match with 3 kills. No one else with more than 1. On the other side, Donna Brown pacing the Blue Demons as well as all the players in this match with 4 kills so far. Again, early stages. We're just in set number 1 here. There's Carl from the back row. Free ball sent over. Up top, there's Brown with her 5th kill of the match. And DePaul with its largest lead, and that'll force Sharon Clark to call her first time out of the match. The Blue Demons on top early here in set number 1. We'll be right back. Welcome back to McGrath-Phillips Arena. Phoenix Lee serves it away for DePaul, clinging on to a 4-point lead here in the early going. A little bit of sloppy volleyball on the Butler side of things. Blue Demons have capitalized on the mistakes. Trying to extend this lead here as it looked like we got a double contact that time on the set attempt by Lee. And so Butler gets the point out of the break. Sharon Clark wanting to take over with her team. The second longest tenured head coach in the Big East, only behind St. John's Joanna Persico. As that one falls in for DePaul. Sharon Clark, her 21st season, 27th all time. She's won over 330 games since joining this Butler staff. We asked her when she took the job 20 years ago if she'd still be here. She told you no. But here she is leading a young Bulldogs group and trying to overachieve here. A team that was picked to finish last in the Midwest Division as Donna Brown already up to 6 kills so far. And we are only in set number 1 as the Blue Demons putting their foot on the pedal here. 18-13, the DePaul lead in set number 1. There's Davidson, and she slipped that one past Krasowski. Speaking of coaching, on the other side, you got Marie Zidek, one of the young pups of the Big East, in her 3rd season. Only 20 wins for Marie, but with the track record and the way that she's got this program trending, would not be surprised to see her joining the ranks of Clark down the road. Obviously, a lot of work to do, but has this program moving in the right direction. A season ago, bolstered the DePaul team RPI 100 points. So just right there, you're seeing the major steps being taken by this DePaul team. And of course, you've got an incoming freshman class as well that has certainly performed well when you look at the likes of Jill Presley, Hannah Carl, Rachel Krasowski, all getting major time here in year number 1 as Melody Davidson smashes that one home. And Coach Zidek is going to call time out here as Butler getting on a 4-1 run here out of their timeout. So Coach Zidek wants to talk things over with her team now. We'll step aside. All right, let's see what the Blue Demons have drawn up out of the timeout here. Butler on a 4-1 little sprint here as Hannah Kelly serves it away for the Bulldogs. Bailey Nelson from behind the line. There's Brueggemann. Nice work at the net that time by Donna Brown. She's been active in the early going, already with 6 kills and a block to boot. Lee up to Carl, kept alive. Brueggemann on the touch. Easy setup for Carl. Nelson off the blocking, good. Bailey Nelson, she's having herself a nice first set here, up to 3 kills as Sierra Ellison will kick in junior Anna Brown. Ellison, those freshmen on this team, only appeared in 2 sets yesterday in the win. Came in for a lot of big serves and is taking a big one here, trying to get DePaul as that first to 20. Comes up with a nice dig that time. That was actually Jill Presley on the back line. Presley, another scoop up. There's Carl, freshman to freshman. Can't finish it. Carl again. Butler bench wanted a double contact, didn't get it. Brueggemann, too strong. And DePaul takes the 20-17 edge. Ellison, the outside hitter from Powhatan, Virginia, serves this one away. Evans Allen keeps it alive. The senior playing her final match here at DePaul as that one off the hands at the net and drops. Maybe a miscommunication. It looked like either Carl or Justy started to fade on the effort to that final ball, and it ended up going just barely over the line. It looked like they may have been trying to play it as if it was not contacted at the net. But the Blue Demons, with the 4-point lead now, starting to get their mojo back here in set number 1. We'll keep it right here. You know, it's funny, we're in the same exact situation that we were in yesterday in set number 1. 21-17, DePaul with the lead out of a Butler timeout. Yesterday in the match, you saw the Bulldogs go on an 8-1 run in this same exact scenario to close it out. What will Coach Zidek do this time around? Because think about back to the Butler match from a season ago, where the DePaul Blue Demons were up 2-0 on this Butler team. A good Butler team that finished 5th in the Big East. But DePaul folded down the stretch and ended up losing the match 3-2. Yesterday, you saw them get revenge, and after being down 2-1, they come back and win the match in 5. This time around, you're in a same situation that you were yesterday that you ended up losing in, even though you were in the driver's seat. This is part of the learning to win process that Coach Zidek preaches to her team time and time again. We'll see if it's a different result here to close out this first set. It's been nothing but 5-set matches at McGrath-Phillips Arena, and I know Zidek would love to come away with a convincing victory here today on Saturday. Trying to get the sweep against Butler. And that one off the paws of Phoenix Lee. And Butler taking advantage out of the timeout. Now bring Caroline Cleveland in to serve, freshman from Delray Beach, Florida. Had a little bit of difficulty from the service line yesterday. 3 service errors from back there. Lee to Carl. That one kept on the DePaul side of the net, and it's back-to-back points out of the timeout. And you wonder, at what point will Zidek start to get a little deja vu here and maybe call a timeout to prevent her team from falling into the same fate as yesterday's first set in the same situation. Lee up to Nelson, and she puts that one away with ease. Bailey Nelson having herself a fine first set. Already up to 4 kills. Still trails Donna Brown, though. Donna with 6. Those two alone have accounted for 10 of the 16 kills in this first set for DePaul. Molly Murray in. Crucial serve here. Davidson blocked at the net by Carl. Other side, it's Justy. Dug out of there by Carl. Off the back line, and good. There's Carl to put it away. And the Blue Demons now sitting 2 points away here in the first. Butler out of timeouts. They'll have to ride one through the rest of the way as Murray, a little too much oomph on that one, and lets the Bulldogs get within 3 now. Evans Allen trying to make something out of the broken play, and Carl is stood up at the net by Shackelford. Blocks were a big story in yesterday's match. The Blue Demons, not a real block-minded team, 9th in the conference outside the top 200 of 283 teams in all of Division I. But they actually dominated at the net defensively. No miscommunication that time. They outblocked Butler 11-6 yesterday as Presley picks up a nice dig. And there's Carl to put it away. And now it's set point for the Blue Demons. Carl with an ace yesterday. Can she put one away here? Nearly a beauty that time. Instead, Shackelford punches it into the net, and that number 1 goes to the Blue Demons. They did not fold down the stretch this time. Instead, they take care of business and finish up this first set 25-21. We'll be back for set number 2 on the other side here on DePaul All Access. Start of set number 2. Blue Demons took the first one, 1-0. As we get ready to go here in the second, DePaul, this one live. Here's Carl, a touch over that, and good. Nice play there by the freshman. Playing in just her 6th match, and makes the crafty play there, and we'll head back to the service line. Appreciate all of you tuning in across the country today to watch DePaul and Butler here in this Senior Day matchup. Not going to be your traditional Senior Day as Presley stood up at the net. Her block attempt goes out of bounds, and we're tied up at 1 apiece. 3 graduating seniors on this DePaul team: Emma Price, Avery Allen, and Isabel Banez. As there's the senior Evans Allen through the middle, dug out though by the Bulldogs. That one sails long. And DePaul with the 2-1 edge here early in the second. Blue Demons took the first one 25-21. It was Butler who claimed the first one yesterday. Carl from the back row, dug out of there by Kelly. Blocked at the net. Excellent tag team by Donna Brown and Emma Price. They'll be getting one of those players back for next season. That's Brown, but Price showing out here as well in her final match at McGrath-Phillips Arena. Shackelford the touch. Back to Murray. Here's Presley. Goes off a block. Kept alive, though. Nice work there by Maddie Friebel. They'll try Presley again, and that one off a blocking good. And the Blue Demons out to the 4-1 lead here in set number 2. Rachel Krasowski serves this one away. Blocked at the net, kept alive for a brief moment, and the return sent out of play. And DePaul continues to pile it on here in the second set. Boy, would they like to get out of here with a couple of convincing victories. Here's Krasowski, and that one into the net. It's been the Achilles heel for her. That's her 11th service error in the last 3 matches, plus today's as well. Definitely something she will aim to improve heading into the remainder of this season as well as into 2021 when we hit the fall slate. Again, right around the corner. Believe it or not, March is on Monday. And in 6 months, about 6 months, you have that second 2021 season for you here as Brown cashes one in through the middle. And gets DePaul their 3-point lead back as Phoenix Lee checks back in. This is the last scheduled game at McGrath-Phillips Arena for the Blue Demons. Presley thunders that one through, kept alive by Butler. Free ball sent over by Kinley. Blue Demons in the system. There's Don Brown, tipped at the net. Robinson, nice effort there by Presley. Tapped over, and Brittany Robinson couldn't come up with it. So I mentioned, this is the last scheduled match here at McGrath-Phillips Arena. I know the Blue Demons are looking to try to add a couple of non-conference bouts, or maybe even they can try to schedule one with a conference opponent. They had Milwaukee on the schedule. That was about a week ago, as Presley comes through and puts up an impressive kill right there. And Sharon Clark will talk things over with her team. We'll keep it right here, though. So the Blue Demons had Milwaukee on their schedule for February 16th. But because of not COVID reasons, actually it was Mother Nature getting in the way of this 2021 volleyball season. That 1.5 feet of snow that came into the Chicagoland area forced the Blue Demons to cancel school, and ultimately that will nix any athletic competition as well. Well, that's one that I know the Blue Demons trying to get on their schedule. DePaul did have 5 other non-conference games with the Missouri Valley on deck for this year, but the university mandated a 2-week return quarantine, which pretty much ruled those out between the fact that there were actual games scheduled during what would have been the 2-week quarantine period, as well as you don't want to rush these players back into the competition aspect of things. That's when you'll start to see some of the soft tissue injuries, and you really want to make sure this is a year where health and safety is at the forefront, not just from a COVID standpoint, but also when you're looking at the physical health. And you see some of the injuries that have flared up, not just in volleyball, but think about all of college athletics when you don't have, or even professional athletics as well, when you do not have the proper preparation time heading into the season. But that Milwaukee game hopefully going to be rescheduled at points, as Justy goes off a block that time, pulls Butler back within 4. And now she'll head back to the service line as well. Justy, a transfer from LaSalle, all A10 freshman team from a season ago, and a double contact that time against the Blue Demons. Second double contact we've seen from DePaul so far today. Have not seen any from the Butler side yet, although that was a problem for them during stretches. We saw a couple of times they'd go 2 points in 4 tries, and they'd be double contacts against Butler as one wide. Bailey Nelson through the middle and off a couple of hands for the DePaul points. That sends Jill Presley back to the line. 5'11" freshman from Plano, Texas, puts this one into the air. Robinson rejected. Excellent work there by Carl. Robinson had plenty of power behind that one, but Carl got her two hands up and absolutely sent that one back. And you are seeing the impressiveness of the freshman class. I mean, just look out on the floor right now. You've got Hannah Carl out there, along with the person who just served this one away in Jill Presley. Rachel Krasowski also out there as Carl picks up another kill. And then the setter, Phoenix Lee. And, you know, there have been points this season where DePaul has been a little sloppy. And part of that is developing the chemistry. Well, if you've got four foundational pieces out there in a Big East game, an important Big East game, and one that can bring you back to 500 in the conference, out there in a big situation like this one, imagine what this unit will look like in 2, 3, even 4 years. And that is part of what Coach Zidek's goal is elevating this team from what used to be in the bottom of the Big East, then get it into the middle, and now it's all about getting into that top four and making yourself eligible for that Big East tournament, as Presley picks up the ace there, mishandled on the back end by Justy. And the Blue Demons creating some separation here. They're on top 13-6 here in the second set, and already have a set victory under their belts as well. There's Brueggemann, and the former Blue Demon gets the better of Carl. Rather, that was Presley that time. Not a former teammate, though, of Brueggemann's. Shackelford. There's Donna Brown. Through three Bulldogs and good. And DePaul doubling up Butler here in the second. Brown picks up the ace. The second ace we've seen this set so far for the Blue Demons. And they extend their lead now, the largest that they've had all match long. It's up to 8. That one may not have stayed in, but Kinley decided to play it, and Davidson forced to send a free ball that goes wide. And Coach Clark has seen enough. Some sloppy play from Butler, and they burn their final timeout. The Blue Demons on a charge here. They're on top 16-7. We'll have more from the second set when we come back. Blue Demons on an 8-1 charge here, up 16-7 in set number 2. DePaul already with a one-set advantage in this one, and trying to extend here as that one tucks itself in out of the hands of Brueggemann. Putting together a nice match so far. One of the few bright spots, really, for this Butler squad. Brueggemann pacing the Bulldogs with 5 kills so far today. There's Avery Evans-Allen. Back to Brueggemann. They'll go to her again, and that's back-to-back kills for the former Blue Demon. Brueggemann did not play much yesterday. Only appeared in 2 sets. A couple of attacking errors. As Carl pokes that one over, did she grab a piece of anyone's hand? No, she did not. And out of the timeout, 3 straight for Butler. So whatever Sharon Clark said has been working so far. And a double hit that time. That is the 3rd we've seen from DePaul so far today. 3rd double hit. Gotta clean up some little mistakes like that. Carl serves it. And Evans-Allen punches it into the net. And it's a 5-0 run out of the timeout. I'd imagine one more, and we might see Coach Zidek call timeout. Close one there, but that one still just a touch long. fans were holding their breath as that ball came about a foot or so, probably inches more like, of landing in play. DePaul on top by 5. They need 8 more to go here in the second set. Evans Allen puts a dent in that number. It's down to 7 now. Avery Evans Allen with a pair of kills in her final match here in McGrath-Phillips Arena. Brueggemann forces the free ball over. Price. Nice work there by Kinley to keep it alive. They'll try Brueggemann again, but she sends it into the nets. Took a tricky angle there, couldn't quite get the footwork down to get around that one, and drove it straight into the net. Couldn't elevate and couldn't direct, and Lumen lead is back to 7. DePaul already up 1-0. Here's Davidson on a slide, and it goes wide. Five to go for DePaul. Butler cannot stop this set. They have used both timeouts so far. Brueggemann catches a line that time. It looked like Butler may have figured things out for a second, but then DePaul responded with a 3-0 run of their own. Butler took the first 5 points out of the timeout. There's Price. She did catch one hand, catches a second, and gets the point. Emma Price continues to put up an impressive match. Up to 4 kills now. Here's Carl. Davidson blocked at the net that time. Evans, Allen, and Presley there. Now Krasowski sends it up to Price. Backline Kelly. Here's Davidson, kept alive by Krasowski for the time being, but could not get a handle on that one, and it drops in. (21-14) your score here in the second. For a non-football conference in the Big East. And that one goes long off the hands as Presley picks up the kill that time. 22-14 your score here. Blue Demons trying to take the commanding 2-0 lead. And that'll check in Isabel Banez. The senior comes in to serve. A low liner that time, nearly came away with ace. And there's Shackelford on the response. Have not seen a ton of Banez this season. Only appeared in one set yesterday and checks out now for the freshman Krasowski. Banez, one of the 3 first years on this, or rather one of the 3 fourth years, the senior class on this DePaul team, as Presley stopped at the net. There's Donna Brown, goes off a hand and good. Blue Demons sit 2 away now as Phoenix Lee checks in. This set right here, very reminiscent of the one that the Blue Demons took in convincing fashion. That 4th set yesterday, right before that game-winning 5th, as Megan Sheridan, the lefty, blocked at the net. Excellent work there by Bailey Nelson. But getting back to what I was saying, the Blue Demons closed that one out on an 11-0 run, and now are on top by 9 and have a set point here with a chance to go up 2-0. Here's Lee. Kept alive, Krasowski. Presley will give it a go. And it's out of the reach of Caroline Cleveland, who went soaring into the bench. But it's the Blue Demons soaring out to the stellar start. They're on top 2-0 and have taken that past one in convincing fashion. Can they go for the sweep? We'll see on the other side. Blue Demons going for the sweep here. They've picked off the first two sets. The last one, 25-15. Convincing victory in that one. And then 25-21. Things were a little scary at points in that one, but the Blue Demons overcame a bit of a surge from Butler. And here we are, Blue Demons going for their first sweep, trying to avoid playing in the fourth straight 5-set match here at McGrath-Phillips Arena. Again, right now on the schedule, only 4 matches here. This is the final one, hence the Senior Day festivities before the game. All of them have gone to 5 sets, hoping to avoid that fate this time around. First one, narrowly in. Coach Zidek didn't like that call. She pulled out the hands ruler for that one. It looked like she was signaling at least 6, 7, maybe even 8 inches off of the line that time. But Brueggemann picks up the kill. Butler on top 1-0 to begin this third set, as Evans Allen maybe trying to do a little too much that time. You know, she brings the fire and the passion. That'll be something that is missed next season. One of the 3 seniors on this team. There's Price, one of the other seniors, and she connects on that one. Blue Demons hoping to avoid shades of last season when they were up 2-0 on Butler. And they had to give it back. And it was ultimately the Bulldogs who pulled away and picked up that 5-set victory in comeback fashion. Sheridan punches that one into that, and Hannah Carl goes back to serve, all squared away at 2. Early stages of set number 3, Blue Demons on top 2-0. Davidson. Cross court to Presley. Scooped out of there by Justy. Free ball sent over that time. There's Price on the tap. Can't get that one to drop. Davidson into the hands of Murray, who had it deflect out. Couldn't get a clean set on that one. Carl was the backup option, but couldn't keep up with the ricochet that time. And Butler out to the early lead here in this set. There's Presley. Too much power that time for the freshman. Ties it back up at 3 apiece. Blue Demons trying to go for the weekend sweep here. And an illegal formation call against Butler. We saw one of those yesterday. And those are just kind of the trial and error parts of living with a young team. Again, 10 new players on this team, and always difficult in an off-season of Zoom. On both sides, Blue Demons have 9 new players, 10 on the other side for Butler. And when you're learning all of the little things and taking some of the baby steps through Zoom with a bunch of players who have never played the DePaul way or the Butler way, it can be difficult. And everyone got a crash course in Zoom. And the volleyball team's no exception to that. Coach Sharon Clark says, sometimes I'll be on and I'll just continue to talk and I'm muted. And I have to say, hey, give Coach a break. I'm still learning through all this Zoom stuff just like you are. Sometimes she'll have to motivate her players to stay off of mute and say, hey, I don't care if your dog is barking in the background. We want you off of mute and always active in the Zoom chats, as Emma Price scoops up that point. Meanwhile, on the other side, here's some of the Zoom stories from the DePaul side of things. Coach Zidek was introduced to the world of the Zoom bomb. Sometimes she'd be in meetings with her coaching staff, with her team, and all of a sudden a former player would pop up into the Zoom meeting at times. And it was nice. She said, I don't know how they got the link, but it was always a welcome surprise and always something that turned into a learning experience as Presley goes off a hand and good for the point that time. And another thing that I'm sure not only Coach Zidek enjoyed, but many of you out there watching also have consumed a Zoom happy hour or two. And there were some DePaul volleyball Zoom happy hours with alums. And the history of DePaul volleyball, I mean, you had alums that spanned 4 decades that were on some of these Zoom calls. And just going through the history of the program, it was really neat not just to talk, but connect all the different generations of Blue Demon volleyball. Squared away at 6 here. Nelson, soft tap. Justy sends it into the nets. Justy having some struggles today. That's her 5th attack error so far. Only has 2 kills to go with it, and currently has that negative hitting percentage at minus 214. Out of the reach of Krasowski, Mina Shackelford picks up the point there. Shackelford, one of those freshmen on this Butler team that Coach Clark very excited about the future of. A fun, feisty player, has length, a great player in the Big East moving forward. She has been fun to watch this weekend as well. Much like the DePaul freshmen have too. Brueggemann stood up. And the return attempt by Carl goes straight into the net, and Butler has the lead back. Blue Demons raced out to the lead in the last set. This one much, much closer. Shackelford, and an unforced error that time for the Bulldogs to tie it back up at 8 apiece. Well, after this, the Blue Demons only with 2 more matches on the schedule. A trip to Creighton. Never easy going to Omaha as Evans Allen picks up the block that time. And she'll get a card out of it as well. You saw her give a little bit of a holler at the other side. So Evans Allen gets the warning that time. Issued by the official in the chair, Ed Vesley. She's got the fire and the passion, but sometimes it can backfire like it did there. Again, just a yellow card. And I'm sure she got the message. There's Presley out of the back row and good. And the Blue Demons with a 2-point lead, their largest so far of this 3rd set. I was mentioning the next trip for DePaul is to Creighton. That'll round out the Big East slate. Meanwhile, this is just the beginning of conference play as Presley comes in from the back line. Brown sets it up for Nelson. Catapulted back. They'll go to Evans Allen that time, and she beats the back row. Blue Demons up by 3. The first 2 of 8 conference matches for the Bulldogs. They've got these 2 with DePaul already 0-1, and work to do here in the second as that one goes wide and DePaul out to a 4-point lead. After this, Butler will travel back to Indianapolis to host both Marquette and Creighton. And then they will close it out with Xavier in a trip to Cincinnati. So senior night on one end and the opening series of Big East for the opponents. The difficulties of scheduling here in 2021. Brueggemann attacks the back row and finds the hardwood. Pulls Butler back with 2. Brueggemann into double figures, the first player to do so from either team. She's got 10 kills now, putting on a show against her former team. That one sails long. Krasowski eyed that one towards the line, caught the right trajectory, and it ends up paying off. Brings Molly Murray in to serve. Catches a part of the net there. And a double hit that time. And the Blue Demons stretch their lead back to 4 now. Miss hit that time. Oh, kept alive though. Tough ricochets there, but somehow the Bulldogs kept it alive. Not going to have a chance at that one. But I think if you told Sharon Clark that there would be 4 mishits on that play, she would have been all right with how that one turned out. The fact that the Bulldogs even got that one over the net in the first place was already exceeding expectations. Blue Demons up by 5, 10 points to closing out the match. DePaul on top 2-0. Dug out of there, Krasowski, nice play by the freshman. There's Carl, another freshman who sends it into the back line. Murray, another fresh face. Brueggemann, too strong. Blue Demons making a little bit of a run here. A 4-0 spurt for DePaul. Coach Clark, usually a quick trigger with those timeouts, but letting her team play through this sequence here. Blue may have gotten away with a double hit that time. Carl didn't get any hands on that one. Oh, and they are going to switch that. Initially, the call was that the point was going to Butler, but they will rule that Carl got a piece of someone's hand. And Coach Clark has her team down 7 and needs a timeout. Blue Demons trying to close this one out when we return. Demons sitting 8 points away from a senior day sweep. Not just in this match, trying to pick up the 3-0, but also a sweep potentially over the Butler Bulldogs. And DePaul in the driver's seat right now on top 17-10, already with a 2-0 advantage. Molly Murray back there, and you wonder if DePaul start to get close and if everything is still out of hand, if they're at that 22-23 point threshold and it's still a 6 or 7 point advantage. We start to see a mostly senior lineup out there for the Blue Demons. Presley did all she could to keep that one alive. And that brings Marissa McKelvey in, a freshman from Grapevine, Texas. Puts it into play. Here's Price, taps this one over. Nice diving save there from Kinley. And it pays off. The effort and the hustle there from Jamison Kinley turns into a Butler point. You know, she's someone who Coach Clark raves about. A transfer from Austin Peay. Kind of a second chance kid. As that one is rocketed in and out of the hands of the back line in Jesty. And the Blue Demons get that 6-point lead back. But Kinley, the baby of the family, she's got 2 other sisters. One that plays volleyball at Oklahoma, another that plays nearby at Northern Illinois. Coach Clark didn't want to point out who the most talented was, but she said that if I asked Jamison, it would definitely come out of her mouth that she, indeed, Jamison that is the best of the 3. Super competitive, family, and obviously the volleyball blue line very strong there. Here's Price. Taps straight back. Nothing too powerful that time, but the combination of Justy and Melody Davidson came out to play. Down the line and good for Presley. Blue Demons get their lead back to 5 now. And here comes one of the seniors, Isabel Banez. Has received a ton of playing time here in 2021 after being the team's leader in digs a season ago. Sheridan sent back. Presley and Donna Brown teamed up on that one. Blocks were the story of the match yesterday. DePaul outblocked a very good blocking Butler team, who is 6th in the Big East and owns one of the best blockers, not just in the Big East, but in the entire country. And Melody Davidson led the conference a season ago, but outblocked Butler 11-6 yesterday. Today, that number a little more even. 7-5 in favor of DePaul so far today. Blue Demons the first to 20 as Butler will serve this one. Kinley. Donna Brown down the line. Did she get any piece of a player? No, she did not. And the Bulldogs back within 4. Back and forth they go. Kept alive. Krasowski mistimed the dive. And that allowed that ball to sneak past the back line of the Blue Demons. And Coach Zidek calls timeout. Her team has watched their lead dwindle down to 3. It was once 7. Blue Demons will try to put it away when we come back on All Access. 5 points to go for the Blue Demons, trying to close this one out and pick up the sweep here on Senior Day. Jamison Kinley, though, and her Bulldogs team on their way to a little bit here. Got 3 straight points. And that one, you can make it 4 as a ricochet is off a couple of office windows that time. And Butler within 2 now. Blue Demons trying to avoid a collapse here in this third set. Kinley's serve received by Presley, tapped up by Brown. Presley swings her right hand and beats the back line. Extends the lead back to 3 for DePaul. A couple of substitutions. In comes Phoenix Lee and Bailey Nelson for the Blue Demons. Lee, the Canadian team national setter. And a miscommunication that time. McKelvey put that ball in between Shackelford, who was going for the fake. And Justy wasn't ready for it either. Three points to go for the Blue Demons. Make it 2. Donna Brown through the middle. She was fantastic in the first 2 sets. A little quiet here in the third, but she picks up her 10th kill, tied with Presley for the most on this team. You know, Jill Presley, fantastic in the last matches. That's now 3 straight in double figures for her. Blocked right back, the tag team of Presley and Brown. And it's match point for the Blue Demons, going for the sweep. They'll have plenty of pad to do so. And Phoenix Lee will serve this one away. And it goes outside the antenna, and that will do it. The Blue Demons pick up the 3-0 match sweep and and sweep the weekend series as well here on Senior Day. What a way to send out this group of seniors. A 25-21, 25-15, and 25-18 convincing victory for DePaul as Avery Evans Allen, Emma Price, and Isabel Banez say farewell to McGrath Phillips Arena. Some thank yous to hand out. Our producer, Sam McKenna, camera operator, Maddie Barrett. I'm Tyler Rocky. Thanks so much for watching all season long here on DePaul All Access. It was so much fun to bring volleyball, albeit a condensed 2021 season to you. And we look forward to doing it again when we get to the fall portion of 2021, and we'll rack them all up again and bring you DePaul Volleyball here on DePaul All Access. This has been a presentation of the East Volleyball on DePaul All Access. Any redistribution or rebroadcasting of any audio or video of this event without express permission from DePaul University Athletics is prohibited. Again, the final from Lincoln Park, the Blue Demons storm through and sweep Butler for the weekend, 25-18 in the third set, and take this one 3-0. Have a great day.